Hi guys, what's popping? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to make this batwing kaftan dress. Happy viewing. So guys, I'm going to be showing you how to make this kaftan dress with my miniature pattern. That is my small scale mannequin. So first thing we'll be doing to make this kaftan dress is to first draw in our style lines for the dress. So at this level here, on this line here, is where I'll be drawing my shoulder. I'm not going to be following the shoulder line that I have here. So yeah, this is the actual length of your shoulders. This is where the length of your shoulder will be. So from this point here, you're going to measure how long you want the sleeve of the dress to be. So for me, I want it like it can be your full sleeve length. So for the sleeve length of this mannequin is let's use 7.5 inches. So I'm going to draw the line. So this is the length. So I'm going to measure from here to wherever you want your opening of your armhole to be. That is how, depending on how wide you want your armhole to be. So the next thing I'm going to measure is from here, from this point here, I'll measure it down to my armhole level here. So I have 3 inches. So from the 3 inches, I'm going to measure it all out till I get to this point. Then I'll draw a line. So this is how wide my armhole for the dress is going to be. Then on your pattern, you have to locate a point towards the hem of your dress where you want to connect this line to. So for me, I'll just leave it somewhere around here. And this is how you get your batwing kaftan dress. So this ends the completion of our style line for the kaftan dress. So it's this kind of style line is known as a batwing kaftan dress. So now you can draw in whatever type of neckline you want. If you want like your basic this type of round neckline, that is a jewel neckline, you can always go with this jewel neckline. Or if you don't want it, you create whatever type of neckline you want, whatever it is. If it's a V, you create your V neckline. If it's whatever type of neckline, so you create it from here and then you locate where you want, how deep you want the neckline to be. And so for the style inspiration we are going for today, you can see that there's a kind of yoke at the front neckline. So to get that yoke, you decide how you want your where you want the yoke to start from. Me, I'm just going to locate the point here, and then from this point here I'll draw a V neckline to wherever I want it to, depending on how deep you want the yoke to be. And then we'll only be doing this for the front pattern. So you can trace this out of your pattern, this yoke. You trace it out on a separate paper. So now I'm just going to cut this out now, and then I'll cut it out of my fabric. Now to cut this on your fabric, I'm going to fold this once like this first. So we have double like this, because we're going to be cutting both the front and back together right now. So once you fold it like this, you fold it again one more time this way. The first one was like this, now the second one will be like this, just like you would fold a boo-boo if you want to make a boo-boo. And this is it right here. So we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you place your pattern right on top of it. So you make sure this part aligns with this part of your fabric. Then I'm going to pin down. So this part will be on fold, because we are not going to be joining the shoulders. So you cut out. And this is a cut out piece. Make sure you remember to add allowance to your pattern here, that is half-inch allowance, and also to the side. So this is a full-length kaftan dress, unlike the one in the style inspiration for today. That one is like a short one. So if you want your short, all you have to do is to reduce the length, but I want this to be like really long, full length of my mannequin. So now I'm going to cut out the neckline. Now that that's done, you're going to notch this point here and notch this point here, because you know we are going to only have this neck yoke on our front, on the front of our dress. So I'm going to notch this point, and then I'm going to use my pencil or my marker to mark. You're not going to notch this with a scissors, so you just mark it, just so you know how deep the yoke is. You can also, instead of notching it, you can also use your pencil to do this. So we have that, and then you do the same also for the other side. But to get for the other side, you would have to use your scissors to notch it. Then I'm going to mark it here, and this is our middle. So now I'm going to take out the pins, and I'll open this up just so that I can cut this out on the front, so I can cut the neck yoke out from the front of my kaftan. I'm just going to use my pencil to trace this. And this is our completed kaftan dress. So I'm just going to cut out, the separate yoke on a different piece of fabric now. And this is the yoke of my dress. Now to sew this, the first thing you are going to be needing, the first thing you're going to be doing is to sew this by half-inch this way. Place this right sides together with this, and then you sew by half-inch or whatever allowance you added to your pattern when you traced the yoke out. Then you sew this down, and then you come right ahead and sew the other part, like this other part also out, just like you would sew a V neckline. So it's going to look something like this when you're done sewing. And this is it. So once you're done sewing this, you use your facing. If you have a facing, use your facing to turn the rest of the neckline round. And then once you're done with that, you come right here to the sleeve point here, and you can fold this part by 1 inch, fold it down, and then fold the other side also by 1 inch. So once you're done with that, you place this right sides together like this, and then you sew this by 1 inch or whatever allowance you used to whatever allowance you added to your pattern when you were drafting. So I'm going to sew this by 1 inch, and then also sew this by 1 inch all the way from here till you get to the hem level, and that completes the sewing of this dress. So I'm just going to go do all of this now, and then I'll show you what the finished look of my dress, what it's going to look like on my mannequin. And this completes my kaftan dress tutorial for today, guys. You can see that I left some slit space at the sides of my dress. If you have any questions concerning today's tutorial, please don't hesitate to type it in the comment section, and I'll reply as soon as I can. You can also tap the subscribe button if you haven't yet done so before. Like this video if you found it helpful, and turn on the notifications bell right beside the subscribe button, just so you don't miss my next videos. You can also check out the 2 videos right on top of your screen right now, if you haven't yet seen them before. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.